If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I post a new Tom Brady video every day.
You know, it's the Joe Burrow show. Don't forget it now. This guy is the real deal. I don't like making comparisons to, anybody else. Joe Burrow is his own guy, but you definitely see shades of Tom Brady in this guy, man. You know, the moment is not too big for him. You know, he's shaking off sacks and he's throwing the ball downfield. You know, they have a crazy team, man, and we definitely don't want to fall into the trap of what they've done in the past. They're gonna come ready to play, and we're gonna be ready to play as well.
First Super Bowl 56, now just 4 days away. The Rams are already there, duh. Bengals touchdown at LAX yesterday. Who day? Joe Burrow not worried about one single thing. I knew you would, Wilds. And who does that remind you of, that collected calm? I don't know, maybe Tom Brady?
Sam, you think that this is appropriate at this point to be comparing Joe Burrow to a young Tom Brady?
Absolutely. Now, the issue is the Super Bowl championships. Like, that's going to be an issue. Who else is going to get 7 rings, right? Like who else is going to get 7 rings, right? Eli Manning got 2, Big Ben got 2, and these guys are probably going to be in the Hall of Fame. And so the 7 rings piece is different. But the ability to not only make plays at the position, but to hear something that someone said and use it against them. Wink Martindale, he said, we're not putting a gold jacket on him now. We're not going to even double team Chase. He ain't done nothing. They're not good enough, yada, yada, yada. And then to go and put up 525, the 4th most all time. Like that's different. Not everybody can do that.
And I see the similarities, obviously, between Burrow and Brady. The intangibles galore, the poise, the coolness under pressure, the ability to immediately turn around the team. People forget what New England used to be before Tom Brady got there. And so all of that is the same. But, Nick, here's my issue. When you and look, obviously no one thinks Joe Burrow or anybody is going to win 7 Super Bowls. So comparing him to Brady, people aren't saying that. But when you compare Joe Burrow to Tom Brady, Nick, to me, you are saying he at the very least is going to be the best quarterback of this generation. You're not saying he's going to be the GOAT necessarily, but you're saying he's going to be the best quarterback of this generation if you're comparing him to the GOAT. And I got an issue with that.
So that's the difference, is the winning piece, right? Will he be able to win Super Bowls, and not only 7, but 1? That's got to be the biggest crux of this conversation. But outside of that, which is a big caveat, right? Outside of that, there is definitely a comparison. This dude's got moxie, got swagger, got confidence. He has it all. And oh, by the way, he can throw the ball pretty darn good, too.
The closest thing remaining to Tom Brady in these playoffs is that kid in Cincinnati. I'm not saying he's Brady. I'm not saying he'll ever be Brady. I'm just saying he's the closest. He's closer than Mahomes is. He's closer than Justin Herbert. He's closer than Josh Allen.
This is going to sound like sacrilege, but I think the closest thing stylistically to Tom Brady we've seen since Brady was a young player.
What have I been saying to you guys here? I'm not crazy.
Former Patriots writer Shalise Manza-Young in a recent Yahoo column had this to say: it's colossally unfair to put Burrow in the same sentence with Brady, but I had a front row seat to Brady with the Patriots for a decade. She was a Patriots reporter at the time. This all feels familiar. And this is not the first comparison we've heard to Brady. Boomer's Eisen said it. Rex Ryan said it.
And then, the 21 Bengals versus the 0-1 Patriots. The other thing is, you just kind of keep winning. Like, it's almost like in certain games, it's not a great explanation for how it happened, right? But it keeps happening. And it's just sort of like that Bengals team sort of has that feel that the 0-1 Patriots had. And look who they're playing in the Super Bowl.
The Rams.
Yeah.
And then this from Rob Gronkowski.
Assuming you continue playing beyond Brady's retirement, who would you want to be your quarterback right now?
I kind of like this young buck quarterback. He's in the Super Bowl now. It's Joe Burrow, man. I watched him in college. I just love the way that, he just presents himself out on the football field. In that pocket, he's just so calm, and he just, slings it out on the field, and I just love his swag, too. So if I had to pick a quarterback, I would go with the young buck Joe Burrow, man. He's killing it right now in the game.
They know how good that Joe Burrow is. They know how good that T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and Boyd are. They know how good that the weapons are mixing. They understand that totally, but what they understand even more is that it takes a certain kind of persona It takes a certain kind of person. It takes a certain kind of confidence and, dare I say, even ego to do the things that Joe Burrow has done and is doing.
You turned around a franchise that had been struggling for a decade, and all of a sudden you're in the Super Bowl. There's an element of destiny, of fate to this team that you're like, maybe you will be able to beat the Rams. So that's obviously a parallel too.
I think we just need to slow down. I get it. Everybody wants to be first. Well, I was the first to tell you. Remember, I told you, Skip, he was going to beat Brady. I told you that. Let's slow down on this thing now, because we know what there's never going to be another Tom Brady. So Brady-esque, Brady has made it unfair for us to critique any other quarterback because we know what he did. 7 and 10. So he won 7, he went to 10. He's 10 and 14 in AFC championship games. Well, excuse me, in championship games, NFC and AFC. Skip, has there been a team been to that many AFC championship games, NFC championship? No.
I don't think we even have to bring the Super Bowls in it, because Spagnuolo said he reminds him of a young Tom Brady. He's not predicting that he's going to turn into Tom Brady, but I do think the comparison is interesting because outside of that transfer that he had in college, if he hadn't had that transfer, he might have been a 6th-round pick, just like Tom Brady. And he might have backed his way into a starting job, just like Tom Brady, and become great.
Tom Brady is an organization all to himself. He has more Super Bowls than any team. So for me, no. I get it. Poise, the way he speed reads, I get all that, Skip. But this Brady thing, we got to pick another quarterback, because you went, I don't know, the mountain. You went 10 Mount Everest to try to reach that guy. So I just want to slow it down. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm not saying he's not going to be an all-time great. But, man, we got to stop with this Brady, man, because I think y'all just throwing around Brady. You just forget what Brady did is not normal. And you're never going to see it again. You could say Joe Burrow is the closest thing. You're never going to see what Tom Brady did again. It's like when Bill Russell won those 11, Skip, you're never going to see another guy in the NBA win 11 championships. Ever.
For the rest of our days, our children's days, and, our grandchildren's days that we get to see, any kid that comes out of college and wins so quickly will be, can he catch Brady?
Yep.
That is going to be the conversation, and I think this is what Burrow has brought to the fore.
Joe Burrow is not an underdog. Tom Brady was. Joe Burrow does not want to be looked at as, this game manager who just has early in his career just the ability late in games to pull things out. No, he wants to be the lead horse. Joe Burrow is not wearing that diamond chain by accident, right? We know
exactly
a lot of
right.
What are the quarterbacks out there that are wearing those types of jewels? That's a choice. I think of Joe and I think of Lamar.
And we've already had that discussion on Mahomes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's what's so
last
interesting.
year for the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
it's just like if he beats Brady, he's one step closer.
Right, like
Tom.
if Mahomes had won last year, then that would have been 2 and 4 years, which matches Brady. He had 2 through 4 years also. I think it goes beyond that with Burrow, though. I don't think it's just the winning early. I can remember covering Brady as a young player, and it's stylistically there are similarities. The accuracy, the pocket movement. I just think it's the mindset. And like one of the things that people would always tell you about Brady, it's not that he gets better in the biggest moments. It's that when everything is, he's the same, just total flat line. And I see the exact same thing with Burrow. It's like when all hell's breaking loose around him, it's just he is like almost the bellwether for the entire team. And it spills over to the way they play defense. And no one ever feels like they're out of a game, down 21-3. He gets sacked 9 times, in Tennessee. It's nothing shakes him. And that's what, to me, that's what's similar with Brady.
I'm talking about the poise, the command of the position, the gift for playing it, because it takes a gift to remain that cool under fire, to speed read and find consistently the most open receiver in 2 seconds and deliver an above average velocity pass that it almost catches you. It's thrown so sweetly, it hits you right where it's supposed to. You caught 1 billion passes. and it almost like catches you where you just say, well, I can't not catch that pass because it's saying catch me. It has catch me written all over it. That's the Brady trait that this kid has.
That's it for this video. I post a new Tom Brady video every day, so please like and subscribe. That way you'll always have a new Tom Brady video to watch every single day.